Every powerful man in history had one thing in common. Not strength, not money, not armies, but a mind that refused to think like the average man. They possessed a mental fortitude forged in the fires of self-discipline, a clarity of thought that cut through the noise of the world. And today, most men don't rise because the world taught them to think small, fearfully, emotionally, and without discipline. Society has built a cage of mediocrity, baited with comfort and distraction, and most willingly walk inside, trading their potential for predictable, quiet lives. But you are here because something inside you knows you were built for more, a deep, primal instinct that rejects the path of least resistance and yearns for the summit. Welcome to RYM-HEYE, the place where men rebuild themselves. This is not a place for comfort, it is a forge for the mind and the will. We are here to dismantle the weak programming you've been fed and replace it with an operating system of elite thinking, because when you become disciplined, focused, and unbreakable, every part of your life rises with you. Your career, your relationships, your health, your impact on the world, they all ascend to the level of your mindset. Strong men think differently because they train their mind differently. They don't hope for mental toughness, they build it day by day, choice by choice. They sharpen their logic the way warriors sharpen their blades, making it a weapon against confusion and chaos. They refuse to let emotions make decisions for them, understanding that feelings are fleeting data, not strategic directives. And they move through the world with a level of clarity that average men can't understand. History proves this over and over. Men like Marcus Aurelius, Khalid ibn al-Walid, Shaka Zulu, Miyamoto Musashi, Napoleon Bonaparte, they all mastered the same inner weapon, the ability to think with strategy, not impulse. They understood that true power lies in the space between stimulus and response. It is in this space that they found freedom and control. It is the ability to pause, evaluate, and strike with precision. This is the fundamental divide. Weak men wait, guess, react, apologize, hesitate. Their lives are a series of defensive maneuvers against circumstances they feel powerless to control. Strong men observe, plan, attack, and adapt. They are the architects of their circumstances, bending reality to their will through deliberate action. And modern society trains men to be reactive, overstimulated, distracted, chasing dopamine instead of chasing purpose. Your phone, the news, social media, it's all designed to hijack your focus and keep you in a state of perpetual, low-grade agitation. This constant external stimulation erodes your ability to think deeply, to connect with your own mission, which is why most men never unlock their potential. They live and die as a fraction of who they could have been, their purpose unfulfilled, their strength undiscovered. But your journey is different. It starts now. Science backs this up, providing a blueprint for masculine evolution. Men who intentionally build discipline literally change their brain wiring through a process called neuroplasticity. This isn't a metaphor, it's a biological upgrade. With every act of self-control, your prefrontal cortex, the seat of logic, willpower, and long-term planning, grows stronger and more dominant. As this executive center of your brain fortifies, your emotional reactivity naturally decreases. The frantic impulses of the limbic system are brought to heel. Over time, the neural circuits for discipline become automatic, like well-worn paths in a forest. Simultaneously, the pathways that govern fear and hesitation atrophy from disuse. This is how a man physically rewires himself, transforming his very thought patterns from those of a follower, tossed about by circumstance, into the deliberate, focused mind of a leader who commands his own reality. He learns to act, not just react. A strong man understands that his most valuable currency is not money, but attention. Attention is the raw material of creation, the focused energy that turns thought into reality. Whatever controls your attention controls your life. This is the fundamental secret the modern world tries to hide from you. The systems of today are engineered for distraction. The constant noise, the endless notifications, the algorithm-driven entertainment, The carefully crafted addictions, these are not designed to entertain you. They are weapons of mass distraction, deployed to keep you docile, consuming, and weak. Their purpose is to siphon your power, to keep you from ever accumulating the focus required to build an empire, a legacy, or even just a life of your own design. They want you scattered and fragmented, because a scattered man can never become the man he was meant to be. A strong man operates on a different timeline. He thinks in long-term moves, not short-term feelings. While others are chasing fleeting highs, he is laying the foundation for a fortress. He cultivates the ability to see the second and third-order consequences of his actions before they arrive, understanding that the discipline he pays today is the protection that guards him tomorrow. He actively seeks solitude, not from a place of loneliness, but from a need for power. Because, in the silence, away from the world's incessant chatter, your brain forges deeper, more coherent neural connections. Your logic becomes sharper, cutting through complexity like a blade. Your spirit, tested and refined in the quiet forge of your own mind, becomes harder to break, more resilient, and profoundly self-reliant. Solitude is not emptiness. It is the crucible of clarity. The world wants you emotional. It floods your senses with outrage, fear, and desire, because an emotional man is a predictable man. An emotional man is easy to control, easy to sell to, and easy to manipulate. His strings are visible to anyone who cares to pull them. But a logical man, a focused man, a patient man, this man is an enigma to the system. He cannot be easily provoked. He does not react on cue. His decisions are his own, forged in the quiet of his disciplined mind, not in the heat of a manufactured moment. These men cannot be manipulated because they have mastered the one thing the world cannot touch, their own internal state. Therefore, a strong man trains his mind with the same intensity a warrior prepares for war. It is a daily practice of strategic elimination. He removes weakness by confronting it head-on. He kills excuses by starving them of attention. He systematically replaces the seductive poison of comfort with the clarifying antidote of challenge. He rises early. He trains hard. He does what needs to be done, especially when he doesn't feel like it. He understands that feelings are fleeting, unreliable clouds passing in the sky of his consciousness. But the results of his discipline, the strength, the clarity, the freedom, these are the bedrock upon which his entire life is built. They stay forever. Strong men think differently because they understand life is war. This isn't a war fought with weapons on a battlefield, but a relentless daily campaign against the forces that seek to keep you small. It's a war against the endless scroll of distractions, the siren call of temptations, the sting of failures, and most critically, the enemy inside your own head. That insidious voice that whispers for the easy life, for comfort over growth, for surrender over victory. It promises peace, but delivers only stagnation. But you are not that man, because the fact you are watching this means you are waking up. A part of you, long dormant, is stirring. You are remembering who you truly are, beneath the layers of social conditioning and self-doubt. You are starting to think like the warriors before you, the men who built empires not with their fleeting emotions, but with the unshakable certainty of their decisions. They understood that feelings are temporary, but the consequences of your choices are permanent. They chose legacy over momentary pleasure. Your mind is the forge, the sacred space where your character is shaped. Every disciplined action is the hammer, striking with purpose. Every failure is the fire, burning away weakness and impurities. Every comeback is the quench, hardening your resolve into steel. And every day you train your thoughts. Every moment you choose discipline over impulse. You become a little more unbreakable. This is not a process of addition, but of subtraction, chipping away everything that is not you, to reveal the masterpiece within. Weak men break when life hits them. They see adversity as a wall. Strong men sharpen. They see it as a whetstone. When chaos erupts, they don't panic. They tighten their focus. When their path is blocked, they adjust their strategy, finding a new way forward. They refuse to let circumstances define them because they know that their response is what holds the true power. They are the architects of their reality, not the victims of it. A strong man asks himself powerful questions, for he knows the quality of his life is determined by the quality of his questions. He holds himself accountable. Does this action make me stronger, or does it indulge a weakness? Does this habit move me forward, or is it an anchor to my past? Is this decision based on cold, hard logic or fleeting, deceptive emotion? He interrogates his own motives relentlessly, and every time he chooses logic over emotion, every time he chooses the hard right over the easy wrong, he strengthens the masculine core inside him. He builds his own throne, one deliberate choice at a time. Strong men think differently because they live with purpose, they live with a mission, they live with a code, and when a man has a code, he becomes untouchable, because the world cannot tempt a man who already knows what he stands for. So hear me clearly. Your life will change the moment your thinking changes, the moment you stop acting like prey and start thinking like a warrior, the moment you stop waiting for motivation and start training your mind, the moment you stop following and start leading yourself. You are not here to be average. You are not here to be distracted. You are not here to live small. You are here to rise.